Hey, second grade, welcome back to writing. We're in week 5 of writing. We're going to be doing an opinion piece this week. I know for some of you, you might just be watching our YouTube channel for the first week. So if that's the case, I want you to pause it right here and go get your parents real quick. So if you're just joining us for the first week, on the YouTube channel, I explained the writing process, the breakdown of the writing workshop, how it might look in your home, gave different examples, what to use in the week 3 video, narratives. So if this is your first week on YouTube, go back to the week 3 video of writing, and everything is broken down and explained as if it was your first time writing a booklet. So we're going to get started on writing. I'm going to walk you through the process to write an opinion piece. We picked a topic that we thought would be very simple, and that's writing about your favorite book. Or you could write about your least favorite book. I always give that option, one or the other. I wrote a book about my favorite book, and I chose a story I've read to my class, one of the Amelia Bedelia chapter books we've read, Amelia Bedelia Goes Wild. It was easier for me to use a chapter book to write about so that I had more ideas I could talk about and a lot more information. But you can pick any book you like. And although Amelia Bedelia wasn't on YouTube, you might be able to, depending on how long the book is that you pick, what your favorite story is, you might be able to go on YouTube and watch it before you write your writing piece for the week. That's always an option. You can look it up and search and see if they have someone reading it to you. So I picked Amelia Bedelia. My class knows the story well. Amelia Bedelia Goes Wild, where she's sick at home and misses the school field trip, and then her mom lets her have a zoo in her backyard. So that's what my writing piece is about. I'm going to walk you through a few slides before I get to my actual writing, help you along the way, get you started, and then I'll read you my story. Make sure to complete all 3 subject videos, reading, writing, and math for the week, as well as the read aloud, I believe is from Mrs. Lynn this week. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we hope you're getting on iReady for 30 minutes a day. And on Wednesday, as always, we will see you at our Zoom meeting, our live teaching session. So here we go. Before we get started on writing our actual writing piece, I thought I would start by showing you an anchor chart, similar to what we would use in the classroom to explain what the opinion piece is about and what goes into it. So this anchor chart is all about an Oreo. Think of a double stuffed Oreo, especially since we make chapters, not just one page writing. So when you think Oreo, the O stands for your opinion. You state your opinion clearly. We'll do that in the topic sentence. R, tell your reason for your opinion. You might touch on that in your introduction. E, give an example to support your opinion. Each chapter that we write is an example. And O, restate your opinion again at the end, which I will show you. I was able to use my topic sentence as my concluding sentence, and I just restated my opinion a second time to sum up my writing. The more reasons and examples you give, the stronger your writing is. I'm doing a 4-chapter booklet. That's the expectation at home. You can always challenge yourself to add chapters and pages to your booklet at any time. At the bottom, there are some sentence starters, but I'll review this again right before we get started. There are 2 of these that I actually used in my booklet before I even saw this anchor chart. So see if you can remember what they are and pick out the 2 I used in my introduction. You could start off with I prefer, I think, I feel, everyone should, I believe, in my opinion, anything like that to get your opinion started. Here we have an example of just a graphic organizer I wrote out on my own to kind of organize my thoughts, brainstorm my ideas, and get them written down before I started my booklet. A title, and you can just write any of these down on a piece of paper. You can pause on this screen and just write your answers. You don't have to write what I wrote. You want a title for your writing piece. What is your opinion on the book you chose? So that's going to become your topic sentence, the first sentence of your writing piece. You want to write your opinion and include the title of the book you chose. Make sure your title goes in quotation marks and that you capitalize all of the important words in the title. And you'll see that in my writing as well. Then list 3 things you love about the book and what you're going to write about. So for my booklet, I chose to write about my favorite character, my favorite part, and my favorite picture. These then become your chapter headings. They're the 3 examples you're giving to support your opinion on why the story you chose is the best story and people should read it. And at the end, you're going to sum up with a concluding sentence. Be sure you restate your opinion. I was actually able to take my topic sentence and close my writing out by writing the exact sentence again, just to make my point. While you're writing, boys and girls, don't forget to keep in mind all the things you want to do throughout your writing in each sentence. Use a capital letter at the beginning of any sentence. Use finger spaces. In my class, I say, I can use one of my fingers because they're much bigger, but for you guys, you might want to use 2 fingers, depending how big it gives you a space between each word. Make sure you use ending punctuation, whether it's a period, an exclamation mark or exclamation point, or a question mark. I used all 3 in my writing to try and keep it interesting and keep the reader engaged. We can't use our word wall to spell words, but make sure you're using your phonics skills to sound out and spell the words to the best of your ability. All right, we're just about to get ready to read my story that I wrote on Amelia Bedelia, and then you'll get started on your story about your favorite book. So again, I want to remind you of some sentence starters. You'll see 2 of these I was able to use in my topic sentence. I prefer, I think, I feel, I know, I believe, in my opinion, the best thing about, or everyone should. All right, boys and girls, we're going to read my story. I want to show you that I started it by putting my name and date at the top. I titled it My Favorite Book, and my first chapter is going to be an introduction. Before I read my story to you, I would like to remind you of a few things. When writing your title of the story you chose, make sure to use quotation marks and make all important words of the title capitalized. You might want to challenge yourself, see if you can write the title of the story somewhere else in the book. I was able to use it in chapter 2, comparing this particular book about Amelia Bedelia to the whole series of Amelia Bedelia books. And I was also able to write it in my concluding sentence. To wrap up my writing, I reminded the readers what book I had written about. I would like to remind you about 3 words we never start a sentence with in 2nd grade. They are the words or, and, or but. Instead, if you see yourself starting to write a sentence and you want to start with the word and, most of the time, just leave that word off of your writing and start with whatever the second word you were going to say is. And that's how you start your sentence. If you feel yourself starting a sentence with the word or, you could write, I also like, because you're usually talking about the same thing in a different way. Excuse me, twice in this writing, I saw myself wanting to start a sentence with the word but. And in both cases, I was able to say however, and that replaced the need for me to start a sentence with the word but. So here is chapter 1, my introduction. I think everyone should read Amelia Bedelia Goes Wild. Amelia Bedelia is a very funny little girl that gets into silly situations. In this book, Amelia Bedelia gets sick and misses her class field trip to the zoo. Do you know what her mom lets her do? Amelia Bedelia was allowed to build a zoo in her backyard with her friends. Notice I used a period, I used an exclamation point, and I used a question mark in my introduction to engage my readers. Chapter 2, Favorite Character. In the whole series, Amelia Bedelia would be my favorite character. However, in Amelia Bedelia Goes Wild, my favorite character is Mom, or Mrs. Bedelia. She seems like a fun mom to have. Would your mom let you have a zoo at your house? Mom really cares about her daughter, too. First, she wants Amelia to feel better. Then, she lets her have so much fun. Chapter 3, Favorite Part. My favorite part of Amelia Bedelia Goes Wild is before she actually catches the real squirrel monkey. Amelia got to see a real live monkey a few times. She starts to leave bananas out because a monkey escaped from a zoo near her house. The monkey sneaks and eats the bananas. However, Amelia did spot him a few times. She got to play hide and seek with a monkey at her house. Chapter 4, Favorite Picture. Now, I did look up this book on YouTube, but there were no examples of the pictures or the book because it is a chapter book. But I would definitely draw the diagram, my favorite picture from this, which was the diagram of the zoo from the book. The best picture in this book is the diagram of the zoo. I like knowing what Amelia Bedelia's backyard looked like. The illustrator showed us what each exhibit was and how to walk through the zoo. This helped me picture what being at the zoo would be like. I hope you enjoyed my book. There's a lot more fun things in the story. I think everyone should read Amelia Bedelia Goes Wild. All right, boys and girls, we would love to hear your opinion on the story you picked that is your favorite book. What book did you pick? I would like to even challenge you to either take a picture, send it to your teacher, leave it in the comments below, or if you can't take a picture and share it, type a comment. Tell us your opinion, your topic sentence about your favorite book. Tell us what it is, why we should read it, whatever you want to write. Feel free to leave it for us to read. We look forward to hearing from you. Have a great week.